Namaste, everyone, and welcome to Yin Yoga with Matt. I'm going to be your Yin Yoga teacher today, and my name is Matt. And I've put together a 90-minute Yin Yoga class. So before you jump into this class, make sure that you have enough time and that you're not pressed for time, because you're not going to be enjoying the Yin Yoga practice if you're in a rush to do something else after. So just set up 90 minutes aside so that you can truly enjoy this Yin Yoga class with me. On the other side, we're going to be using all the props that we have today. So please have a bolster, blocks, and a strap. We're going to be using them all. If you don't, I would suggest you look in my description down below and order some of those props from Amazon. So today's theme is going to be about focusing on self-care, and I think that's something very important. If you want to be in a better position in our life to help others, to be more positive around other people, we have to first and foremost take care of our own self. And today, by doing this Yin Yoga practice, that's one thing that you're doing for yourself. But I would invite you that every day, just recap what you did during the day and see if you did anything that was very beneficial for your own self. So we're going to try to put that focus on our lives for the following month, and just focusing on self-care, taking care of yourself and feeling better within your mind, body, and soul. So we're just going to start by closing our eyes. I always like to start and just kind of set my mind and put my intention up in the universe, focusing on self-care. So let's take some deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. In through the nose and out through the nose. Really calming our mind right now and getting ready for this 90-minute Yin Yoga class. So we'll be focusing on deep stretches today. We'll be holding asanas for roughly 5 minutes. So I want you to take the time and really embrace every sensations and everything you're experiencing within your body and mind while you're doing today's class. Moving slowly through the asanas and not being in a rush. Taking the time to notice after each asana what it did to you, how much better you feel, and taking the necessary time to come back to neutrality before moving into the next asana. There's going to be a lot of silence today, a lot of peace. Gonna recharge ourselves before the weekend ahead of us. So what area of your life do you want to focus on when you're thinking about self-care? Do you think you need to improve your sleep? Perhaps you need to improve your nutrition. It could be that you need to take more time to unwind and relax. It might be taking long walks in the nature by yourself, using your senses to embrace the smells, the sound, and everything around you. So try to answer that for your own self. Where do you need to focus when it comes to self-care? And when you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes, and I'm gonna invite you to just set up a little ramp with your bolster and your blocks, exactly like I did. So you're gonna put one block on its lowest setting and the other one sideways on the top, like this, sorry, on a higher setting, and you should have this little ramp. And once you set that up, I'm gonna invite you to turn around, bring the bottom of your spine at the base of the bolster. We're just gonna bring the sole of our feet together. We're gonna lower ourselves down onto the ramp. So we're gonna get into Recline Butterfly, allowing gravity to pull our knees down, opening up our inner groin, allowing our shoulders to hang with our palms facing up. And then you can close your eyes and just kind of really appreciate this asana. So there is nothing else you need to do right now. Nowhere else you need to be. And being fully immersed in this Yin Yoga experience with me right now. Putting everything else aside so that you can fully enjoy this special time you're taking for self-care. And when you're ready, you can grab both knees and close your legs very slowly, bracing your abdominals and pushing through the floor to come all the way up. And from here, it might feel good to just wiggle your legs left or right. Just taking a little moment. No rush here. And then I'm going to invite you to turn towards the right side of your mat. So we're going to bring the right hip at the base of the bolster, placing our legs in a 90-degree angle like this. And then we're going to place the left leg right behind the right heel. So it's kind of like deer pose, but what we're going to be doing is we're going to be turning towards the bolster to really open up our spine here as well. So let's just sit up right here, take one big inhale, and on the exhale we're going to turn, bringing that right arm over. I'm going to be facing the bolster, and then from here another big inhale, and on the exhale we're going to lower ourselves down, hugging the bolster, and you can turn your head to the side. So the more your torso is going to be straight on the bolster, the better it will fill in your spine. I've been focusing a lot lately on spinal health and regaining that vitality and movement in that area of my body, which feels really awesome. And we can slowly push through our arms, coming all the way up, and then turning our body, slowly making our way to the other side without any rush. So turning around and then placing our left hip at the bottom of the bolster. So keeping our knees in a 90-degree angle, and then you can put the right knee behind the left heel, and then keeping that right shin towards the front of the mat, just like this. So we're just going to take one big inhale again. And on the exhale, we're going to turn towards the bolster, putting everything in line here, and then one big inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to lower ourselves down, hugging the bolster and turning our head to the side. can push through our arms, coming all the way up, and then untwisting our spine very slowly. So we're going to keep using the bolster. I'm going to invite you to just move the blocks aside so we can keep the bolster flat on the floor. And then we're going to come to the kneeling position with our knees a little wider than our hips. We're going to bring our butt at the base of the bolster. And then we're going to lower ourselves down onto the bolster to stretch the front of our thighs. So this is quite intense. You can put a little ramp to the bolster to make it easier and try to soften up. So as we're doing this, we're going to be working on our chest as well. So with our palms on the floor facing up, we're going to move our arms up into sort of a Y until we find a point where it stretches our pectoral muscle, but don't go too much into that asana, so just work on it slowly. Might feel it really intense to have the front of your thighs pulled and your chest at the same time, so just work on it slowly and be patient. Allowing your shoulders to become heavy and hang off both sides of the bolster. You want to rest your head completely still on the bolster and then move your arms up to open up the chest. Keeping the back of your palms in contact with the floor at all times. If you feel some tingling sensations in your chest or in your fingers, just bring your arms back a little bit until it goes away, because you don't want to be pinching a nerve. And when it becomes comfortable again, you can move your palms back up. As your chest opens up, you can move your palms up a little bit more towards your head, kind of making a Y shape with your arms and body. And when you're ready, you can bring your arms back in, bracing your abdominals, pushing through the palms of your hand on the floor, coming all the way up very slowly. Pushing yourself up onto your knees. You might want to just push the bolster away So from here, we're going to go into wide knee child's pose. So bring your knees to the outside edges of your mat, touching your big toes together. We're going to make contact between our glutes and heels. And from here, we're going to take one big inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to walk our hands forward, coming all the way down to release our low back from this intense front thigh stretch we just did. So that should feel really good for your low back. And we can walk our hands towards the left side of our mat while keeping our hips and knees exactly where they are, and then bring our forehead back to the floor, opening up the right side of our body. Reminding yourself that today's class is all about self-care. So you want to use these asanas to feel better and not worse. So find your edge and work through that edge very slowly. And then we can walk our hands towards the right side of the mat, keeping everything again at the same place. And then bring our forehead all the way down to the floor. And now you should feel a nice stretch and gentle opening on the left side of your body. And we can slowly walk our hands back to the center. And then pushing through our palms to come all the way up very slowly. Bringing our knees back in. And you might want to just sit up straight for a second here. Taking a little moment to relax. And we can move our hips forward and go into all fours. So we're going to do a bit of cat and cow just to loosen up our spine. So we're going to do one big inhale. Going to push our belly button down, rounding our spine, curving it up and looking up. And on the exhale, we're going to push through our arms. Bring the chin to the chest, pull the belly button in and round the spine. Inhale, looking up, and then exhale, pushing through your arms, rounding the spine. Inhale, looking up again. Exhale, rounding the spine. Inhale, and then exhale. One more time. And I'm going to invite you to bring the blocks to each side of your mat. From here, we're going to extend the left leg back and up and swing it forward inside our left wrist, extending our right leg back and flat onto the floor, and then grabbing onto both blocks for support and sinking our hips forward and low. And close your eyes here. Refocusing on your breath through your nose. Yin Yoga is a practice that trains your focus and attention, but also your patience. So being able to calm yourself down and not rush between asanas, holding them for 5 minutes like we're doing today might be challenging for people that are not used to being in your own head and in your own thoughts for that long of a time. But this is where a lot of the benefits of Yin Yoga come from as well. And if you get emotional throughout today's class, with the long releases and stretch that we're doing, do not worry about it. Just allow the emotions to come out and manifest themselves. is part of the healing journey of Yin Yoga. And when you're ready, you can slowly start to move your hips back, releasing the front of that right hip that might be burning at the moment. You can use the blocks for support. We're just going into a gentle counter stretch here. Not for too long, but just to bring back some balance into our bodies. And then we can slowly bring that left leg back, placing the blocks once more at the front of the mat. And from all fours, we're going to do one big inhale, raising our right leg back and up. And on the exhale, swing it forward beside your right wrist. You can grab both blocks, moving your hips forward and down, extending the left leg back and flat onto the floor. And then just closing your eyes, allowing gravity to do the rest. Dragon pose is one of the most beneficial asana you can do if you work at a computer desk every day. It really helps to lengthen those psoas, releasing a lot of chronic low back pain you might be experiencing from tight psoas. can slowly move our hips back, releasing the front of that left hip area, and then just going into another gentle hamstring stretch like this, supporting yourself with the blocks if you want. And then releasing it, bringing that right leg back. So we can put the blocks aside now. We're gonna move forward and lower ourselves down onto our bellies. First Sphinx pose, so you wanna bring your elbows in line with your shoulders, palms on the floor in front of you, legs straight back, and then just holding it still here. And from here, we're going to work on stretching our shoulders a bit with the weight of our upper body. So we're just going to cross the right arm in front of the left one, and then placing our palms so that they face up. So you want to move the right arm towards the left side of your mat and the left arm towards the right side of the mat. And then you lower yourself down, putting the pressure of your chest on your arms, so you should feel a nice stretch in your shoulders. You can move your head to the side and rest your cheek on your arm. Allowing gravity to do the rest. And we can slowly bring our arms back in and then crossing them in the other direction. So bringing the left arm in front of the right one. And then with our palms facing up, moving the right arm towards the left side of the mat, and then the left arm towards the right side. And once you can't anymore, just allowing your upper chest to put some weight on your shoulders and enjoying the stretch that it provides. And we can bring our arms back in, flaring out our elbows to the side of our mat, placing one palm top of the other right in front of our face. Then we're going to lower ourselves down, bring our forehead to rest to the back of our palms, releasing the low back and just taking this beautiful moment to notice how we feel much more open within our body right now. Much more relaxed and much more at peace. So before we fall asleep and stay here for too long, because it feels amazing, I'm gonna invite you to make your way to the seated position very slowly. And I'm gonna invite you to bring the bolster as well in front of you, because we're gonna need it. You can kind of take a moment to gather your props around. And we're also going to be using the strap, so you can bring the strap close to you as well. So when you're ready, we're just going to stretch our legs as wide as possible and go into Straddle Pose. And we're going to place the bolster right in front of us here for support and comfort. So from here, I'm going to invite you to sit up straight, close your eyes, take one big inhale, and on the exhale, we're going to walk our fingertips forward. You can allow your spine to curve. If you want, you can put your arms on the bolster for now for support. You can also grab a block and place it on top of the bolster so that you can rest your forehead on it. So depending on your level of flexibility, feel free to use what feels best for you right here, right now. can turn the block on a lower setting once you get comfortable within the asana. And on your next exhale, you can walk your fingertips back, pushing through your arms and coming all the way up. This feels really good. And we can place the bolster aside. We're going to bring the right leg in towards the inside of our left thigh. And here you might want to just loop the strap around your left foot. So we're going to be holding the strap to kind of explore going deeper into this nice hamstring stretch. So from here, we're going to take one big inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to lower ourselves forward, grabbing onto the strap and lowering ourselves down. If you're really flexible, you might not need the strap at all, and you can actually bring your forehead all the way down to your knee. But the strap might be a nice tool to help you work your way towards that. And as you soften into your edge, try to explore if you can go deeper into the asana. So just pushing and moving yourself a little past that edge that became more comfortable. Only if your body invites you to. So as you can see, I was using the strap at first, and now I'm almost to the point of touching my forehead to the knee. So this is what's beautiful about holding long holds. Your body really opens up. And we can slowly come up now and release our left leg. So we're going to bring that left leg in, extending our right leg to the side, just like this. You might want to take a little moment here, setting up your strap around that right foot. And from here, we're going to turn our hips towards that right leg and foot. Take one big inhale. And on the exhale, lower ourselves forward using the strap if you want. Finding your edge and then holding still. And when you're ready, we can slowly release, coming all the way up. We'll be able to place the strap aside, the blocks as well. And we're just going to be making our way down onto our backs. From here, it might feel good again to wiggle your hips left or right. And from here, we're going to go into a recline twist. So we're going to bring our hips to move up and shift towards the left side of our mat, bringing our knees in. And then with the right hand on the exterior side of the left knee, we're going to twist towards the right. So you want to try to keep both shoulders onto the floor. You can extend the left hand towards the left side of the mat. You can keep the pressure on that left knee to help you stay into the twist while your body opens up. And then we can look up towards the ceiling to start. So if you move your knees more down towards the opposite end of your mat, you're going to feel it more in the bottom of your spine. And if you want to deepen the sensation you feel higher up in your spine, you just have to bring your knees in, which will move the twist a little higher up your spine. So depending on what you need today, for me it's always my low back, so I tend to keep my legs a little lower into the twist to really work on that area for me. But everyone's different, so depending on where you feel more tension and pain in your life, you can play with your knee position. If you want to deepen the sensations you're experiencing right now, you can now twist your head towards the left side of your mat. And on your next exhale, you can bring your knees back to the center, pulling them in and hugging to release your low back. Might wiggle from left to right, which massages gently the lumbar area. And when you're ready, bring back your feet to the ground, shift your hips to the right side of your mat. And then we're gonna bring the knees in, grab the exterior edge of the right knee with the left hand, and then twist our body and bring our knees to the left side of the mat. So if your back cracks or you hear a pop, that's good. Offering you a good release in that area, so things might open up and you might hear some sounds. And you can look to the right now if you want to deepen the sensations on this side. Again, playing with your knee position to figure out where you want the stress to be applied in your spinal area. And we can slowly release and bring back our knees to center. You might want to hug them and then wiggle your back again, left or right, to massage the low back. And from here, I'm going to invite you to bring your bolster beside you, and we're going to lift our hips up towards the ceiling and place the bolster at the bottom of our spine. So from here, with our palms resting, the back of our palms resting on the floor, with our upper back in contact with the floor as well, we're going to raise our legs up, keeping a slight angle in our knees. And this will feel really good. It's going to bring back the blood to your heart any kind of pulling blood in your legs with the power of gravity will move back to your heart and lungs and brain, making you feel wonderful. Because today is all about self-care. And we can slowly bring our legs back down. And from here, lifting our hips up, I'm going to invite you to just push the bolster so that it lands underneath your knees. And we're going to settle into Savasana to conclude today's class. So take some space on your mat, palms towards the ceiling, closing your eyes. And just thanking yourself for taking this moment today to join me on this 90-minute class, focusing on your self-care. I invite you to open your eyes when you're ready. No rush. You can even stay in Savasana if you want for longer. I'm gonna come all the way up to the seated position. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's 90-minute Yin Yoga class that I've put together for you before the weekend. And I hope you feel as fantastic as I do right now. I was in much need of a deep stretch release for my whole body, so this class was exactly what I needed today for myself as well. So thanks for joining me. And I just want you to remember to focus on self-care. So if you can do a little something every day for you, you're gonna really benefit from it, and it's gonna be placing you in a better position so that you can either help others in your family or focus on your relationship or anything else around you that you need to address in your life. So before you can do that well, you got to be well with yourself, and that's why self-care is important. So let's close our eyes. I'm just going to take a few deep breaths here to just really unwind and bring back our body to a neutral from everything we did today. So you should find that your breathing is really relaxed now after this 90-minute class with me. And that will be it for today. So if you like my classes, please subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends and family members, or you can even donate to my PayPal account, which is always much appreciated. We're going to place our hands at our heart. I'm going to wish you a beautiful weekend ahead, wherever you are in the world right now. And until next time, or until next week, Namaste. Bye, guys.